So they're playing right now. The top 8. The loser of this game will get $100 store credit. Thank you very much, Aaron. And the winner will be moving on to a minimum of 150 cash, and they'll be playing for up to 500 cash.
And he got game 1.
So, tried it. You're right, and a lot of judges will actually play in tournaments, and they enjoy. A lot of judges do enjoy playing competitive Magic. We actually had two other. One was a level 1 judge, and then another was another level 2 judge playing today.
Yeah. So if you think about it, well, judges obviously have a good love of the game, and they know the game very well, so they play Magic, or at least they used to, and they just mainly focus on judging. But Aaron was in here earlier and he said one of his favorite pet archetypes is Mill. Like, he just loves to play Mill and stuff, but Aaron's gonna sit right there in between them.
Yeah,
What's the last game going on right now?
Yeah, but it's also just like post up, get comfy, wait for them to mess up.
Yeah.
Only one table can call judge.
Southeastern Ohio.
Very true.
Might as well sit there.
But yeah, I mean, Aaron, I'm sure he could play in the game and do very well in the tournament. But he also gets paid pretty well to show up at the tournament and not have to pay an entry fee and participate in the tournament and gets paid anyway. So just doesn't have to play.
Yep.
Or doesn't get to play. Jordan is not your boy Conflux. It's Jackson is your boy Conflux.
Yep.
He went like 3-3, I think.
Jackson's always good to see you. Shuffled up, got a forest.
Oh man, 989.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close.
I'm actually starting to get nervous.
If we hit 1,000 tonight, Kyle's gonna go home and play oh, there it is. Coupon.
990.
Coupon.
10,
Oh boy.
990 followers on the wall. 900 followers.
If we hit 1,000, Kyle has to play a horror game tonight, and he does not like horror games. Here they come.
Oh no.
HCG tricks.
Oh, it's all the people that were here earlier that are just.
Yeah, they're all going and turning on the stream.
Oh no. Don't worry, I plugged the. Oh my. Oh my. Naproc, thank you for the follow.
All right. So we got
Arbor Elf and an
Temple
ignoble.
Garden.
Okay, it's on 15.
Oh, thanks, Painted.
Oh, dude, thank you, Trident. Trident has a massive Insta following.
He does.
It's impressive.
Really?
Yeah.
He needs to start streaming on Twitch too. He was kind of looking into it, I think, and getting ready to do it. Bricker was helping him with a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, one of my friends, he just got to the Twitch.
Partner or
Yeah,
affiliate?
affiliate.
Affiliate,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're affiliates. We applied for partnership back when we were doing the local high school sports because we were getting a ton of views for that, and we were like, you can just go ahead and apply for partnership. We meet the metrics, and they denied it. But so trying to get back up there. Streams like this help a bunch. Gets our average super up there, and obviously our follows and everything. But our other weekly streams and stuff aren't quite to this level.
Yeah.
3 mana. Seeing Rolf's Messenger come down.
Rolf
Tapped.
Messenger.
And this is where, all right, time to lose some life.
That's awesome, Ragin, that Trident's been approached by Games Workshop.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Drolf's Messenger enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life, and it has Undying.
So
That's a Spike Feeder and a Heliod.
Oh wow, we're doing it, huh? So if you aren't familiar with this deck,
He's at 10 million life.
He's at 10
Yep.
million life.
yeah, that's what happens. So there's a 2-card combo in green white Heliod. It's Spike Feeder and Heliod Sun Crown.
What happened to the
You need
win?
bigger dice.
Yes, we do.
What happened to the win for Yawgmoth?
Oh, my bad. This I forgot. I have to update the wins on this scene too.
You're good. I was just thought something happened.
Yeah. I just want to show that card.
All right. Well,
So the thing is, though, is Yawgmoth can still win,
Right.
because it also has an infinite combo that can deal infinite damage.
Yeah.
yes, they just have to win.
And he
might just get it right here.
yeah. That's
That's it.
well, he has to have a way to
He has to remove.
gain life, right?
Yeah, he has to be. He
Well,
has
the
to find a
thing
way
is,
to
is
life.
is Heliod can still make infinite life.
In response, yeah, he has to be able to also remove, but he draws a card every time, right? Or no?
No, not yet.
Because he's gonna go get Yawgmoth here.
Yeah.
I'll just pull up Yawgmoth for anyone who.
Definitely out of bolt range.
Definitely out of bolt range.
Yes. I agree.
Also out of range of escape shift, believe it or not.
But what Yawgmoth needs is something to get rid of the spike feeder. The neg 1 counters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You get, well,
On target creature, that it doesn't help because Spike Feeder will get the counter, I believe, right? Spike Feeder gets the counter, then we get a -1/-1 counter.
He can do it again in response.
Yeah.
But in the end, I believe what will happen is Yawgmoth will just continue to go because he has to at some point. I mean, he can stall the game out indefinitely,
Yeah.
but if he removes the counter from Spike Feeder, he gains 2 life, which triggers Heliod, which puts a counter back on Spike Feeder.
Yeah.
So they can do that, but at some point the neg 1 counter has to land on Spike Feeder,
Yeah.
and then it would die. So
they can.
it's not going to net counters, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Spike Feeder's not going to grow. It's neutral when it does it.
There's Spike Feeder.
Remove a 1/1 counter.
Yeah, so it says remove a 1/1 counter and gain 2 life, and Heliod says anytime you gain life, put a counter on something. So that's infinite life. And then similarly, Yawgmoth.
Pull Yawgmoth up though, but Yawgmoth puts a neg 1
I just
neg.
had it off. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It puts a neg 1 counter.
So yeah, Yawgmoth combos infinitely with cards with Undying because there's another Draws Messenger.
Yep.
You do have to pay a life and sacrifice another creature though. So typically you need like a Blood Artist or Zulzburg Cutthroat to go like infinite.
I'm
And
so
get some life
lost
back.
right here. We're pinging down the Arbor Elves, but not the Spike Feeder. Oh, I have to imagine that Mr. Hammer sitting right there is just like confused as
Yeah.
well. Like, why not remove the?
Right, because you can go, put a negative counter on the Spike Feeder, and he can just like, okay, I'm gonna gain life in response. But you remove a counter and then gain a counter, so you don't do anything, and then eventually, like Kyle said earlier, it gets the -1/-1 counter, so it just loses its counter, and then it can't do the combo anymore.
Right. If you take 1 counter off of it, it can't do the combo anymore.
What would the real draw would be here is drawing like Conclave Mentor, and that would really lock it up, or playing Conclave Mentor, and just hoping that your opponent just doesn't respond.
Yeah, if he just plays Conclave Mentor, that's a
That's
Ranger?
captain.
okay. That's gonna go get Walking Ballista. We're gonna shuffle up.
So this could be,
Yeah.
although he can pay 1 life, but he can do it in response. So this is going to be, although no, because you can only remove.
We don't have mana yet.
Yeah, you don't have.
We just have life.
Right, and the ballista is in hand.
Yeah, Ballista is in hand. So
Very interesting development here.
Yeah, if you don't have a Conclave Mentor or anything, it's 6 full mana for the Ballista combo because you have to play your Ballista on 2 counters and then also pay 2 mana to give it lifelink from Heliod.
You know what else would be just a massive draw here for Heliod? Any of the sideboard tech. Sanctifier and Vec,
Oh yeah.
either of the Rest in Pieces, a Path to Exile.
Aaron updating the die for us.
Thank you, Mr. Hammer.
Sweet.
Twilight Mire, a Blooming Marsh, and a Forest.
Yeah, Conclave Mentor makes it so even if you would try to ping like the Spike Feeder or like a Ballista, if he had it, like it wouldn't matter. I feel like he can kill the Spike Feeder right now.
He's been able to kill the Spike Feeder for many turns now, and just hasn't.
Yawgmoth.
Yawgmoth. Into
Eldritch Evolution. That's only 2 mana. Right?
no, he tapped 2.
To play Yawgmoth. Yeah, okay, that was confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yawgmoth's
tapped
only,
2.
Yawgmoth's only 1 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 mana total, but
Yeah.
4 mana worth of spells.
Yeah. So an additional cost to cast it, he has to sacrifice his Yawgmoth.
Oh yeah, Aaron Hammer is judging, and no, I forgot to close the poll. John Dasmo won, right?
Yes, John Dasmo.
There you go.
won.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't do a prediction for this because it started on game 2, so we're gonna hold off on that.
Phyrexian Revoker. Activated abilities of what? Ballista? Sure.
Okay. So we're tutoring up the Revoker to stop. But is Drops Messenger is infinite loop with
One moment.
Naming Walking Ballista.
Thank you. Figured as much.
correct me if I'm wrong, but Yawgmoth and Drops Messenger are infinite combo, right?
He has to draw a card each time
Any
to count
And he has to-
counter the
Okay,
the
so if he
counter.
does
he has
it-
to put a -1 counter which nullifies the +1 counter.
Right.
And he has to do that each time. And part of that is put a -1 counter and draw a card.
And draw a card.
So 10 million life, 60 cards in library.
And
He also
you,
has to pay life to do the sacrifice. So
Pay-
he cannot
pay
pay.
one
He has.
life.
He can, yeah.
So he's got to have
Yeah, he
a
doesn't have a blood artist to stay life neutral. And
Right.
he doesn't have 10 million cards in his library.
Gotcha.
So right now, Infinite Life is on the winning end of this, but Phyrexian Revoker naming
Walking Ballista.
he's going to have to come up with a different win con or remove that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The game's fire remover.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for
And
the update.
also, just him not pinging down the Spike Feeder. Just put -1/-1 counters on it.
Could be a line of play too.
Yeah, it
Right.
could be, right? But maybe not. Anyway, Mr. Hammer, thank you.
Nice to get an update at the status out there.
Let's see that Coco come down and do something important.
So does he even have an out then? If he, I mean, because he has to draw a card every time, right? So he has no out.
No, his out right now is just playing through, and eventually he will be able to. Does he have a way to shuffle through?
Does he have endurance?
He has 2 endurance on the side.
Did he bring him in?
We don't know.
If he brought in endurance,
It's not
then
really a good reason to bring in endurance.
shuffle your own library in.
Yeah, but even if you shuffle your library and it's still not 10 million.
Right. You have to. You have to do it.
They very well might just be sitting here until until one of them either gets decked or the Heliod player
Gosh.
actually just like gets enough to get through.
Yawgmoth just got skyclaved.
Perfect. Sick. Awesome. Let's move on.
And there's another spike feeder off the Coco.
Cool.
So we Cocoed into a Skyclave and a Yawgmoth, or a spike feeder.
20 quadrillion
No, because he has a Yawgmoth in hand.
billion
Right, there's another Yawgmoth in hand.
Oh my.
life.
Welcome, all the new viewers. Appreciate you stopping by. This is Apex Gaming's Modern 2K. Officially, we doubled the prize support because we capped today at 64 players. So what is that?
That's an Essence Warden. Whenever a creature comes
Essence.
into play, you gain a life.
Okay, so
The green soul.
so now we've countered the life loss.
Yes. So we are at net 0 life, but we don't have enough cards in our library to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
So really, oh, and there's a Conclave Mentor. Sick. So really what Heliod is doing is they're just waiting around until they get...
Oh, well, no. So Conclave and Spike Feeder makes infinitely large Spike Feeders.
Yeah.
Remove one counter, put
Yeah,
two back on.
Put two back on.
Remove a counter, put two back on. So he'll
So
be
that
swinging
is
in
one,
with infinitely large
two-
Spike Feeders
So that is a 3-turn clock.
because of the chump blocking.
Yeah, the chump blocking and... Well, no, they just keep coming back.
Without trample, right?
They just
without
keep coming
trample, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. So they will have... Yawgmoth will have blockers for days.
Oh, right. Counters can go on any creature too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
And,
still, there's
is-
two.
Is Devotion to Heliod big enough yet?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. 6. Yeah, they're at 6 right now.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures on the other side. But the Conclave Mentor has summoning sickness. So, but he could swing in with 5 creatures this turn. Does not have to worry about backswing because 10 million life.
Yeah.
So he could force a block with every creature. Although Yawgmoth can flicker. But
All right, 2 mana for the Ballista. I don't know why, but okay. That's not because like if Yawgmoth just pings that thing down, you lose it. But like, I agree. I agree. He just shook his head and was like, "What's going on?" Like, we don't know, bud. But like, pretty sure you're just supposed to keep the Walking Ballista in hand until you get a removal spell to handle the Phyrexian Revoker.
so he
I mean, it's another.
wasn't the Revoker on the battlefield when the Skyclave came in?
No. Oh, yes, it was. Why not take care of it? You're right. Why not remove that? It's a great question.
Bro, I think he should just play Yorion and flicker all of his
Yeah.
permanents. Get him good. What?
What are we thinking on? Yep, crack that, leave 3 mana up, and Auriarch Champion. Cool, let's just keep gaining life. We need more life gain in our life gain deck.
Provoker's naming Walking Ballista. So, no activating Walking Ballista. Or you. Colony Guard. Get a plant.
Get a Plantaloo. I agree, Taryn. If he stretches.
Sorry.
So, I think what the green-white player is missing is that. I mean, again,
Mm-hmm.
I believe he can make infinitely large creatures.
Yeah, he can.
Yes.
No, he definitely can. There's a Auroch champion. He can
Oh, Mr. Hammer, how do you sit there with a stone cold face?
Did he pop up the hero?
He's just inches away. No, you know what? That's not stone cold. He just looks.
What
sad.
is that? Oh, Utopia.
Utopia Sprawl. We're worried about mana right now.
It is what it is, bro.
This is a hard
It's
to watch.
another
Yes.
spike feeder and Heliod in hand.
Yeah, I'm. Bro.
Imagine if TJ was playing this. He would have scooped a long time ago.
If he was winning, he would probably left too.
Yeah.
Like, even if he was winning, it's just like I'm
Done.
I'll take my money to scat.
This isn't worth my time. He's here for Magic, not the Gathering. This is too much Gathering.
Again, so
Yogg
what,
player cannot. Heliod's at infinite life. Heliod is at they named 10 million life and gained 10 million life with Spike Feeder a long time ago.
Yeah.
And the Yawgmoth player has infinite damage, but he would draw a card every single time, so he would mill himself out before he ever did that much damage.
4 mana for Coco. Are we Coco? Nope. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean Heliod is a creature and he can give it -1, -1 counters.
oh, I think
see-
he was going to put a counter on Ballista, and then
Yeah.
Yawgmoth player just said Revoker.
Oh right. Oh, so now we're doing infinite counters. Sweet.
Can we
Aaron's
get Conclave?
looking-
Can we get Conclave Mentor up there, please?
Yeah.
Aaron's looking in real quick, double checking the maths here.
Yeah. So
Right, Dave. He could go Heliod with -1 counters.
yeah. My bad. I thought you meant Heliod the deck, not Heliod the creature. But yeah, you could kill Heliod. It's still it's not like it does a lot for him, but please don't manually move the dice up for how big you make it. There you go. Okay.
Just wiggle it and hope it gets to a random number.
So yeah, he's saying I'm doing this for every
In the
creature.
bottom? What?
Yeah, good job having the information on there, dude. His phone sideways just cuts off like all the information.
Oh, interesting.
I can't see the names of the decks, their record, or the top of the deck. Wait,
Oh,
what?
scooped it.
What?
Okay, I think Yawgmoth scooped it to Heliod because he's making infinitely large creatures. I think that's what happened.
Mr. Hammer, please.
Okay, so the player on the right didn't realize that Phyrexian Revoker named Walking Ballista.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it named
Spike Feeder?
Spike Feeder.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so that's why he wasn't going for that.
Okay.
Once he actually attempted to
Yeah, we
activate
saw
Walking
that.
Ballista, and his opponent, I backed him up immediately. Like, yeah, he definitely named Walking Ballista, and he's like, oh,
that
well then in that case, Spike Feeder, Spike Feeder, Spike Feeder, Spike Feeder, Spike Feeder. There's a billion counters on Spike Feeder,
Mm-hmm.
and now keep doing it. And instead of putting the counters back on Spike Feeder, there's now a million counters on each of my creatures.
right. That makes more sense, but I'm still very upset that Walking Ballista was the name that he didn't kill him with Walking Ballista.
I mean, Walking Ballista in this case ended up being the decoy to.
Right,
you know,
because he
the
could have with Conclave Mentor, Walking Ballista is just lethal. Like,
Right.
Yeah, and he
Uh.
made Walking Ballista before Walking Ballista came
Yeah.
onto the battlefield.
Well,
Right.
he saw him
Got
fetch
from
it.
Rage
Right.
Reviews.
Yeah.
right. Oh
So-
man.
That makes me a little bit happy.
Yeah.
I mean, this
like-
match gives me gray hair.
Yes.
I have an 8-year-old, and like,
So, sir,
you know what I love about Magic is that you can do what you can get what you want out of it.
Mhm.
If this is what you want out of Magic, this is what you can get out of it.
are the other 6 players even still here?
Yes. Yes. And so, well, the 3 players who lost might not be.
True.
And this is here's something in other tournaments run by some of their officials. Occasionally, they'll let the other side of the bracket play. I don't.
Yeah.
I absolutely do not let the other side of the bracket play, because every time what happens is the other side of the bracket's done, and the person who's waiting in the finals gets to completely scout everything.
Right.
It's really an advantage that is not shouldn't be part of the competitive advantage
Yeah.
that you get by knowing
That makes
rules and
sense.
cards interactions and that sort of stuff and,
Yeah.
and skill. That's not an advantage you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Yep.
I applaud you for just staying nice, stone cold out there, no emotion.
Well, I mean, I'm a former retail
You're
manager,
lucky.
so customer service is part
I'm
of.
gonna punch the webcam.
They
Oh.
hit the webcam.
Oh, webcam's off.
We'll get it.
So yeah,
Nope.
I'm a retail manager, so I have done a fair amount of customer service,
And
and
smiling when you're
and-
just
and-
dying.
and really like judging is a lot of people think that judging is just knowing the rules, and I know some really good Magic players who are really good with the rules that I absolutely do not want to be a judge.
Yeah.
It's like the doctor with the poor bedside manner.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
have
care how good you are. If you're a jerk to me, I don't really want you as my doctor.
the right.
And so this position is a customer service position just as much as that is a rules position. So like when I'm mentoring somebody, the soft skills of working with players is something that it's kind of my niche.
I've seen some heated judge player interactions before, mostly heated from the player side, and the judge is like, "Okay, I understand why you're frustrated, but this is the way it works." Like,
Yeah, and you know what? This is it's a new judge might be. It may be human nature to apologize for giving, like a warning for something, or giving somebody like a game loss. I'm so sorry that I have to give you game loss. No. The infraction you committed is this. The penalty for the infraction that you committed by policy is a game loss.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you have committed this thing, and you have earned the game loss. The judge is not a part of that interaction at all.
yeah, it's not like it's your fault that you have to do
And
that.
I've never had a player say, "Why are you giving this penalty to me?" Because I don't give penalties. Players earn the penalties.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just language.
Yep. Makes sense.
Wording,
Language.
Magic players should know. Grammar is very important.
Oh, and this is
They're
the
the
thing.
worst
Like,
at that though.
yeah, if you call me over for
We don't
something,
read cards.
there is very specific language that I have to use to not give you strategic advice. Like,
Yeah.
you are allowed to respond to triggers. I'm not going to tell you how to respond to the
Yeah.
trigger. I'm just going to
You
say
are
you
allowed to
can
respond
do
to
that.
triggers.
That's like what's the pay to life redirect target to itself? Can't affect
spell
by
Skype.
word- spell
Spell
Skype.
Yeah,
Skype.
spell Skype.
Yeah. Judge, can I activate spell Skype?
Yes, you can.
Yup.
Wow. The answer to that is almost always yes. Doesn't mean you're gonna get what you want.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have any other questions?
Mm.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy your front row seat.
All right. We got the
Another thing,
Ladies and gentlemen,
that
that
players
was
are allowed to do it anytime. It's concede.
Judge Aaron Hammer, level 2 judge, comes down here and has helped many of our tournaments so far. And Dave BU 3, I agree, very good judge. Good judging.
Name our Ralph.
dude. That honestly might be the move. So we have turn 1, Ignoble into Arbor Elf into
Family from the chat.
Irexing or Voker, and I'm
Yeah,
not sure
So,
what it named.
did you see? You were here for that.
Yeah.
Did it name Arbor Elf? Are you sure? Or do you know what it named?
I'm gonna have to ask because he definitely pointed to that. Oh well.
Oh, that sucks.
Or Ralph.
Arbor Elf.
Everyone out there was like, our Ralph.
Hell yeah.
Like they
Well,
knew.
I mean,
It's
so
honestly, I'm with
it's
it.
not. Yeah, it's not that.
No, it's not awful, but it's like
It's a ballista in play.
Just tap 2 mana and played it. What do you mean?
If your opponent was kept a greedy hand with 1 land and an Arbor Elf,
you can just get him. You can just win the game
You can just get
out of
him.
nowhere.
But can we also look at what else is in hand?
It's a Spike Feeder and a Heliod.
Mm-hmm.
So
Some would say
with the ballista on the battlefield.
we are in the danger zone.
And there's a third land. There's a third land in hand too.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
With a Skyclave apparition to handle anything else that came in. So
I,
But yeah, I mean, it is true that you could have just got the player with the Arbor Elf. It happens a ton.
mm-hmm.
I'm definitely a person that would get caught with that. 'Cause
really?
I'm stupid and
Oh.
greedy.
It's like all the Hucks keeping one landers. Not you.
You gotta stop.
Like all the cousins.
Nephews.
Dude,
Oh, sorry,
I,
all the nephews. Like Damo.
I'm firmly standing behind Brendan's 1-land hands in the top 8. Firmly agree.
No, it's 99% to just Terran.
Okay.
Like everybody else I've talked to, it's like I get where they're coming from, but there's no shot.
There's no shot.
So
I mean, we did the
which one comes down
hypergeometric.
here? I think you probably drop Heliod here first,
Yeah,
right?
probably makes sense because if you just draw your 4th land, you can play Spike Feeder, and then gain all your life.
Right.
You can.
You don't
Oh yeah,
Spike
yeah,
Feeder's
you
3.
just need.
I mean,
okay.
you can just move the counter from a Spike Feeder to the Ballista too, right?
Yeah.
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 You
What's
just,
2 mana?
You just gain all the life, move all the counters, and then you move them all over.
There's the Heliod. That's fun.
Once you gain the rest of the life.
He says go. This one's. I feel like this one's gonna be over much faster. Or not.
What's that card?
That's Force of Vigor.
Oh, okay. Oh. So you just paid 4 for it, right?
Yeah, our Relf is turned on.
And then Walking Ballista in response shot down Phyrexian Revoker.
Also, if you had Force in a starting hand, I can see where you're arguing. Like maybe you get him on that. If you don't,
Yeah.
like we still have an answer to the Ballista.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that makes sense.
Like
Still has an issue though because he untapped here. That was on his end step.
Mhm.
So now he passed turn though. Spike Feeder hits the battlefield.
what about the second one?
If you have a removal spell, you're fine. But you
Yeah.
have to have a removal spell for the Spike Feeder.
Mm-hmm.
To be entirely fair, like
Oh, he just gave it.
Wow. So yeah,
I
it
can
says
see the gears in Mr. Hammer's head just clunking away. He is just grinding.
okay. Says infinite life, and opponent says I cannot beat infinite life. I concede.